is there any like interesting things that you do for recovery? I know people test like cold baths. People do ice. People do warm water. People Epsom salt. Some people do herbs.
I am like a full believer in cupping and acupuncture. Um, all the like real major injuries that I've ever had, gone and gotten acupuncture on it. Like I've broken both of my big toes, and in the break, like I lost all the mobility, and I was just convinced that I was never going to be mobile again, and I had a friend who did acupuncture, and so I went to her, and I felt like it cured my toe. Like I have full range of mobility in it. And then same thing, like I've hurt things in my back or my hip, or I popped one of my knees. And I had another friend who also does acupuncture. And so I went to her. And so I truly believe in cupping, acupuncture, and a TENS unit. Those are like my best friends. I haven't done acupuncture in a long time because the girl I was seeing, she moved. So I haven't found somebody yet again that I can, that I trust and that like knows injuries, So, but those would be my top three things for recovery. I did try during the pandemic. Me and one of my friends, Kat, she moved into apartment right next to me, and so during the pandemic, her and I would make a corn dojo in my house because I had some mats, and we would always like train with each other. And we tried to do an ice bath at her house once, and we put way too much ice, and since then I haven't gone back to the ice bath. I want to though, but I feel like you have to have the ratio right, because we had like, I don't even know, like 4 or 5 bags of ice. And so it was like you could barely even step in, and I'm just like, Kat, I don't think this is right. This is not, I don't think this is how it's supposed to be. I was like, we need socks on. I don't know what we have to do. So I feel like if like I would be willing. I hate being cold, so it's like good that I was born in Florida because I hate the cold. Like my body is just not used to that. I need multiple layers of sweaters, multiple things, but it's something that I would like to do because it's challenging. You have to like challenge your mind. I've done one of those cryotherapies before though, and that was cool. I mean, it was very cold and it was like not a good time while in it, but it was also, I did feel better after it, but it's not something I consistently do.
I was gonna ask you a question earlier, and I'll ask it now about the gym loyalty. So I got in a situation where it was convenient for me to do any exercise in the afternoon after work. So I was going to a particular gym that was really close to my home, and I really liked it. I got into jujitsu, I got into boxing. I do the MMA here and there, um, but again, it's when I really feel I want to be in shape that I go. But recently, I got busy with doing murals and a, a job that I had for a while. And so I was like, you know what? I'm missing classes. I think I'd rather go in the morning. They didn't offer morning classes where I was at. So I went around town looking for a morning class. So I found two gyms that I liked. I went and checked them out. And then in conversation with all these gyms, like there was like this, you can't be at two gyms situation. And I was just like, why? And they explained to me that it was because of the belt system. They're like, I can't promote you and another person not want to promote you, and vice versa. I'm not gonna have you come in here and be a blue belt when I don't feel that you're a blue belt. I was like, I don't give a fuck what belt I wear. I'll wear a white belt the whole time. You don't even got to give me a stripe. I could care less. I just want to roll. I need somewhere to roll in the morning. I'm not really trying to be a part of your gym. I just need somewhere to roll in the morning. And so,
Hmm.
and then apparently through word of mouth, through a couple other people, apparently the two gyms that I was attending to kind of well, one I was already going to, the other one I was doing like the trial to find out if I wanted to be in it. But in signing up, they were telling me this whole gym loyalty thing. Well, it turns out that these two, I don't know what to call them, the two teachers of the class, um, competed a while ago. Like they've always had like a rivalry. So now I'm in the middle of like two gyms that don't like each other, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. I just want to roll with people. I want to get better at this shit, and I can't find a schedule that's convenient for me at either one of you guys. So like, I need to jump between both of you to just. I don't care. I'll pay the extra. Like it seems like 100 for one and 100 for the other. So like, I don't mind paying the 200 if it means that whenever I feel like rolling, I can just go somewhere and do it. But apparently that's not a thing. So is this true where you're at, or have you came across this before?
I did kind of come across it. But I also think so. I started at one gym and now I'm at a different gym. And I started at this one gym, and then through the one gym that I started at, I met the people that I currently train with. And so, I think, and like I met them, and then there came a point where I really just felt like the place I started at, I have nothing against them, and I love, like, it's still a great place. I love the professor there, like it's a great place, but it just really didn't feel like my home. And training with the other people I was training with, which I'm at right now, I felt like that was my home and that's where I needed to go. Um, but in the beginning, like I remember professor, he was like, no, it's because these people, they invited me to come do this pro training with them. And I remember being like, me, I was a blue belt, like I don't even think, maybe I was a year training jujitsu, and I remember being like, wait, you guys want me to come train with you? Like, what do you mean? Like, it was like these two worlds. So it's training with, I train with Luana Alzugir and Anna Carolina Vieira, like two multiple world time champions, like female, like the top of the level. And I remember just being like, me, you want me to come train with you? And at the end of the day, like they gave me what I wanted, like at the end of the day, like I want to be a world champion. I want to be at that level. I want to know the way that they know jujitsu, and the guy I was training with, he's amazing at jujitsu, but he's also really good at MMA. So I was like, I feel like if I wanted to do MMA, I probably would have stayed there, but they had what I wanted, so I ended up switching schools. But I think if you switch schools, like I think it's important to have somebody know, like, because back in the, like when I was in this, my ideal scenario was like they're both going to promote me, but that's not how it works, So I think if you do something properly, like you let like whoever you want to be your top person, if you say, hey, if you do it properly, I think it's right. Like before I joined the gym I'm at now, I sat down with my professor at the time and I said, hey, like, nothing against you. I just really feel this isn't my home, because I didn't want to burn a bridge or anything like that. I didn't want to just disappear because he put a lot of time and effort in me, and he showed me some really, some good stuff, and he gave me really good fundamentals. So I didn't want to just leave and tell these people, hey, I'm joining your gym without doing it properly, and not burning that bridge. So I think it's like, I don't know, it's weird because it's like now the place I'm at, I still have a few, I have a friend, that x-ray technician. I go and train with him sometimes, just ran every once in a while because he's known me since I was a white belt, but they know that like on Saturday, every like maybe probably once or twice a year I go train with him, but it's just to go train with a friend, So I don't know. I think it's, you need to decide for yourself. And also, that's only for you to decide, because I remember that was actually one of the biggest challenge that I almost was like, this is harder than being in recovery, because picking that loyalty. And I don't even know if it was loyalty, if it was just where my heart was at, and I had, at the end of the day, like I had to pick where the people who had what I wanted were. And that's, why I ended up choosing Aviv Jiu Jitsu, and that's where I'm at now. And I really don't see myself, but again, who knows the future? I don't ever want to leave that place because it's, there's so much of everything that I want that's there, and all the people there are very inviting and very warm and it's an amazing place to train and to be at. And so I think that this place, like, it feels like my home, and the other place just wasn't my home anymore. And I knew that. And I remember I would go to the gym, like, towards the end, like just crying going to this gym because I was like, oh my God, like because if you were to ask me in the beginning, I would have never left the gym that I was at, because that's where I started. But then, as time went on, things happened. It was like I could feel it, I could feel that that wasn't my home, and I needed to, because I was training at both for I don't even know how many months, but I was training kind of with both of the people, and both of them had a, understanding. Like the first gym that I was at, he knew that he was going to be the one always putting me and stuff, and they were just kind of like, she just comes here and trains, so. But then once it was the switch, it was like, no, I want these people to be the ones who promote me and these people to be the ones who I learn my jujitsu from, was when I had to make that switch for myself. And so I, I don't think that, like, the way I view it, I don't think there should be like you can't go train with these people. You can't, because yeah, again, if you're willing to pay, you're willing to pay. But I know I want to always have that home base and have that place where it's like, this is my home base. But if I choose to go train with one of my friends who's at a different team, I don't think it should be a big deal or a big problem, as long as I'm not now only going to my friend's place and not here, that's when I know, am I wanting to train with these people or those people, and I think that's something you have to feel within yourself.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, yeah, it, definitely. I mean, it comes down to your preference and what's beneficial to you. Um, I know it just to me when these people talk about like gym loyalty, I feel like I'm in these like old times of these like in the movies, like these Chinese movies where like they have
Yeah.
this like the Shaolin and the Wu Tang. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, man? I'm in America. Like, I just want to roll with some people and shit. Like, the fuck you talking about these gym loyalty shit? Like, to me, gym loyalty is like I'm not gonna like not pay you for the month.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you. You're gonna get paid. That's my loyalty. Like, the fuck you talking about? If I
I
don't
think
pay, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So where's the loyalty to me? Shit.
and I think that's it too. What's your goal in it? Is it you just want to go roll, have fun, then they shouldn't. Yeah, I think if you're clear of like who you want to be your like professor, and who you want like to be your like main school, and the other place just somewhere that you go to get extra training, then you'll have a better clarity of like, and they'll have a better clarity of like, oh, okay, well, this guy's just coming and training with us and it's great because he's helping us, we're helping him, and then the other place will be able to track your progress more, and I think that's where I kind of came a switch where it was like I was going to both places. I had my Monday through Saturday at the one, and the other place I trained, I think it was like Tuesday, Thursday nights. I forget what it was, and it was I only trained with them these 2 days, and then it was like I could feel myself going to the gym that I started at and just being like, this isn't home anymore, and I just could feel myself wanting to be and wanting to learn from the other place, and it just was a whole like inner turmoil battle that I had to go through, and had to decide like, what do I want, and so that's when I made the decision. And I still have a relationship with the other professor that I have. Like, we don't talk or anything, but we'll see each other at the tournaments, and he's happy to see my progress and see like how I've got how far I've gotten and how far I'm gonna go. So it's cool that like, because I've seen people do it wrong, where they just either disappear, join some other place, and it's like, I think now, because now I'm kind of become a coach, I'm like,